everybody, it's Rose, and I am here to do an experiment. I don't know about you, but I hate spending more money than I have to for my accessories to do with diamond painting. One of the accessories that I use is Tombow Aqua Glue, Tombow Mono Liquid Aqua Glue, okay? And these things, I can sometimes get them for about $5.50 Canadian on Amazon. Right now they're selling for $16 Canadian on Amazon, although I can buy a package of 10 for about $52, $53. The price of these things goes up and down, up and down, up and down like crazy. I've got, I think, 2 left in my accessories toolkit because I bought a box of 10 before, about a year ago. Now, I want to use something else. So what I bought some time ago, I don't know if I got it, I can't remember where I bought it, whether it was Michael's or Walmart or what, but I got this Elmer's Extreme School Glue, okay? It's washable. 4 fluid ounces, 118 milliliters. It's white glue. It's supposed to be super strong, and it's supposed to dry clear. Now, what I've been doing, even with my Tombow, is I've been putting it on my diamond paintings when, now I'm only, because it's so expensive, I'm only using the Tombow when I have a diamond painting that is popping like crazy. So for example, I am now finally almost finished Music in the Fall. This is one that I started, I think, back in June or April. I can't remember exactly. I've got notes on it somewhere. And I keep putting it aside because the drills of every color are so bad that it's a nightmare to work on. I've never worked on a diamond painting that I hate as much as this, but I'm doing it for a friend. And so I'm going to keep working on it. And then when I'm finished it, I'll seal it with polyurethane. Okay, so I just finished this little section here because I have to seal as I go, and it's to the point where I can't do a whole strip like I normally do. So I'm just doing little squares at a time. Okay, so this is drying because I just finished sealing it with Tombow. Now, I had an empty Tombow container, and so what I did was I filled it. Actually, I'm going to take the Tombow label off because I don't want anybody to be confused by this. Where's the label? Okay, so what I've done is I'm just taking this Tombow label off of this because I don't want anybody to think that I'm using Tombow. I'm not using Tombow right now. Inside of this is about half, I put water up to about here, hot water, well, up to about here, I'd say. And then I filled the rest of it with that Elmer's Extreme School Glue. And I've just been shaking it up because I want it to be super liquidy. Or I want it to be very well mixed and kind of goopy, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal half of this diamond painting with this watered down Elmer's glue. It's not going to be a perfect, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to draw a line here. And this comes out super fast. So because this is so bumpy, I'm not actually going to be able to use this brush the way I normally do. So what I'm going to do is cover it in a bunch of glue. And then I'm going to rub the glue all over. This is a little tilted, so I don't want it running down. Okay, that's going to be enough for now. I think I probably put too much water. So that's something to keep in mind for next time. Okay, so some of it is running down. That's okay, this is just a little test. And I'm not too fussed about this because you see how I've got this labeled as copy number 1? I accidentally bought 2 more copies of this same diamond painting during the AliExpress 11/11 sale. So I'm not concerned if I spoil one of them. I mean, it was a very nice diamond painting. I quite liked it, but I don't care. I'm gonna have 2 more coming. So this is for science. Now, because I put too much, it's still gonna drip. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I have these blue, they came in a package of blue and yellow 18 square, like 18 inches, or I think it's 18 inches, I don't know, let's see. No, it's about 15 inches square. These shop cloths, I bought them at Costco years and years and years ago. I used them for dusting and cleaning up pet messes and all sorts of stuff like that. I find they're great for everything. And because they are lint free, I also use them as the cloths that I use to wipe off excess glue on when I do the Tombow. Okay, and as long as I just wash the cloth immediately after using it, and I don't even like wash it with soap, I just rinse it, I find that it doesn't get hard and disgusting. Okay, so I've wiped most of the glue off there. There's still some glue in between some of the diamonds here. So I'll just press the cloth in there. Let's see, is it still tacky? Yeah, it's still tacky. It's still tacky. I might actually put a little bit more on. I'm not too fussed about this. Because I do want there to be some degree of coverage. I don't want it all wiped off, because on a diamond painting you're not going to wipe the whole thing off. You want to leave some down in between the drills. Now I wouldn't normally do this with a special shapes diamond painting. I would just put polyurethane on it, or maybe some Tombow. But what the heck? Okay. So there we go. Now, I want to show you what it looks like, because we're going to let this dry, and then when it's all dried, we're going to come back to it. Now the only thing I am going to clean up is just down in here where I had some glue trickle down because it was too thin. All right, so this now is ready to just leave to dry. So I'm going to put it in my bathroom, where in my spare bathroom, and I'll put it on the, hold on, I do want to just wipe the tops of some of these drills. I don't want to wipe too much. I want the drills to be not covered in glue, because I want them to be sparkly, but I don't want to touch the canvas. So I'm just very lightly brushing the drills themselves, mostly just the big drills. I don't really care about the other drills. So I'm just going to pat at that. There we go. My lights are touching, that's what is making that sound. Okay, all right. So we can still see, I'll blow you up. You can still see in here where there's glue. And we can see that there are some little bubbles and things like that. That's okay. I don't care, because this is just a test. We're gonna see how it looks when it's all dry. So yeah, there's quite a lot of glue on this. I can feel the wetness through the back of the canvas. So up in here, there's quite a bit of glue right here. Yeah, you can see the excess glue in many of these places. All right, so that's it. I'm just going to let that dry. So we did the top half of it, and I did get most of the glue off of the diamonds, because as I touch it, it's not that tacky, but down in between, it is tacky. All right, it's not perfect. I didn't do a perfect job of cleaning the glue off the drills. That's okay. I can polish this up a little bit afterwards when it's all dry. But for now, I think we've done enough. Now, I really don't expect this to be as sparkly on the part that's got glue on it as the part that isn't glued when I come back to this. But we'll see just how bad it is. Okay, so the next time you see this diamond painting will probably be tomorrow when I come back to it. Okay? Well, hello everybody, it's Rose, and this is part 2 of my trying different things to seal this Special Shapes diamond painting. So the last time that we were together, what I did was I sealed the top half of it with white glue that had been slightly watered down, well, probably over watered down. And so what I have is still a very pliable diamond painting. It's a little stiffer at the top than it is on the bottom, but not much. Rolls easily, diamonds are not popping off it. And there's really no sparkle left. There's still quite a bit of sparkle on the bottom. Really no sparkle left on the top. The sparkle has been dulled. It's still pretty, but it's not sparkly. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm using for the second bit of sealing here. This is Varathane Premium Diamond Wood Finish, water-based interior gloss, and I got crystal clear non-yellowing. And I just used that, I just used some of this to seal a large diamond painting. It's 60 by 90, and it looked pretty good. Now it's sitting drying right now, but I'm just going to use a little bit of this that I've got left here, and I'm actually going to put a fairly heavy coat on, just because, why not? So I'm going to start here and brush across. And this goes on milky. As you see it here, it is quite milky. And so I'm just going to brush that down and onto all of the drills. Now I'm going about this fairly gently, not as gently as I should probably, because what I don't want is to cause bubbles, because the bubbles will stay on there. Now, you're supposed to let this dry for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours in between coats. So I'm just going to seal this and then put it away for a while to dry. and we'll take a look at it again tomorrow. Oops, I think I've gone up a little beyond the midpoint. I just want to make sure that I don't have globs of this stuff. But I will use up all of what's left here in the lid. And I forgot to put gloves on, so I'm going to have tacky hands. Oops, one of the diamonds came off. Whoopsie, where'd it come from? Where did that come from? Let's see if I can find it. Because here I have a drill pen to put loose drills back on, but one has to know where they come from to be able to do that. All right, let's see. So that loose drill was actually just a drill that had fallen onto the canvas, probably in between some of the other drills, and I just didn't notice that it was there. And it was just partially attached because there are no drills missing here. So, so that's fine. So, okay, so you can see that there is still quite a bit of polyurethane in between the diamonds. You can see it, it's milky. And that is supposed to dry crystal clear. So it's just like the glue at the top did dry crystal clear, but it didn't leave much glitter. Whereas down at the bottom, we're hoping for some glitter to come through when the sealant is dried. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm gonna close up the polyurethane, put it away, get rid of my paintbrush because I'm not gonna use that one again. I'm also gonna get rid of my lid. I've used that one multiple times. I'm not gonna keep it anymore. I have my spoon, which I probably will not keep. There we go. I have my tongue depressor, which I also probably will not keep. Oh, I might. It's going to dry nice and clean, so I might use it again. I've used it for every diamond painting so far. So, okay, here we go. Put this lid on here. And push it down. That's not sealing as well as I'd like. So we'll just use, there we go. The handle of my rolling pin. I don't have a rubber mallet, so an old boyfriend's dog chewed this up. I don't know how the dog got to it, but I've never used it for baking since then. Okay, so that's it. I will get rid of my gloves. I will get rid of the paintbrush. I'll wrap the paintbrush in the glove. There we go. I can get rid of that drill pen. These are old tweezers that I've used for other sealing projects. They're pretty gross now. So that's it. All done. All done. Okay, so the next time we get together, it will be to do a comparison in some bright sunlight of the two halves of this diamond painting. The half that was sealed with white glue and the half that was sealed with this Varathane crystal clear interior water-based diamond wood finish Varathane. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm back to now show you the completed diamond painting. This is after it's been drying. Well, okay, so I sealed this before Christmas, and it's been sitting in my bathroom ever since, my spare bathroom ever since, just because I didn't feel like recording the final part of this video. But here it is. So you'll recall that the top half of this right to here was sealed with white glue, and the bottom half of this was sealed with crystal clear polyurethane, Varathane brand, interior gloss. And I thought that I would get a sparklier effect with the Varathane, but guess what? The white glue turned out exactly the same. And there is some sparkle to it. And I will say that after I sealed the white glue, what I did was I wiped the diamonds off. Like I wiped off as, there's something there that's not supposed to be there. Okay, I wiped off as much of the glue off the surface of the diamonds as possible, because otherwise they definitely would have had some sort of maybe not a milky color to them, but they would have definitely had the sparkle reduced. This is actually, it's actually not bad. It's not perfect. It's not super, super sparkly, but it's still very, very pretty. So if you're concerned about leaving any of the adhesive exposed or having diamonds fall off, then white glue is definitely an option that you have. I would dilute it fairly significantly, like maybe two glue to 1 unit of water, and then just mix it up really, really well. I used a Tombow container, like a Tombow Mono Aqua Glue pen. Okay, so I used the LePage's glue, but what I did was I put it in this Tombow container. I took the labeling off, and I filled it probably to about halfway or 2/3 of the way with the white glue, and then I just filled the rest of the container with water. And then I shook it up a lot to make sure that it was perfectly blended. This is super, super runny. I don't know if you can tell, but it's super, super runny. It would drip all over. This is not the consistency of white glue anymore. And I find that actually worked surprisingly well. I thought this would be a humongous fail, but it's not. It worked really well. It dried absolutely clear. And I really can't tell a difference between the polyurethane down here and the glue up here. The only thing is the glue doesn't crunch when you bend it, whereas the polyurethane, it dried hard, okay? So the glue dries a little bit more pliable than the polyurethane. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yeah, doesn't really matter. I think they both turned out pretty well. And so I thought this was going to be kind of a mess, but it's not. It's surprisingly good. It's not as sparkly as it would be without sealing. There's no question. The sealing does take away some of the sparkle from these special drills and the crystal drills. I'm not sure that I would recommend sealing a crystal drill or special shapes drill diamond painting, but if you really want to, if you don't want to put it behind glass, and I don't like putting them behind glass because the glass really, really it reflects. There's a lot of reflections on it, so I find that really detracts from the look of the diamond painting that you framed. So this is an alternative, surprisingly. So I'd have to say this is a win for both the clear glue, like the white glue, and the polyurethane. I cannot tell the difference. Like if you lay them, I cannot tell the difference. Can you tell the difference? I don't think you can tell the difference. I'm going to spin it around so that you can't see the top and bottom. And you tell me, which side of this diamond painting is glue versus polyurethane or Varathane? I bet you can't tell. Guess what? This is the glue. This is the Varathane. I'm impressed. And glue's a lot cheaper than Varathane, and it's a lot easier to clean up. So there you go. if I ever do this again, I'll be using the glue. Thanks everybody. That's my video for today. All of my subscribers and viewers, you guys, you're the reason I make my channel and do all these crazy things and don't mind, you know, potentially damaging a painting, because I want to show you, you know, what there is to see. And if I fail, then maybe you won't, because you'll avoid my mistakes. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with you again soon. Bye-bye.